Hello and welcome to the Budge and Macabre Show. I am Budge.
And I am the MacabraKadabra, also known as Lewis, so Budge doesn't beat me to it this time.
Damn it. Anyway.
And this is a very late beta weekend too for Guild Wars 2.
Because Lewis messed up his computer.
I've messed it up twice so far, so...
And then he corrupted all the audio footage we did, so we have to do it again.
Yes, 45 minutes worth of audio just completely and utterly gone.
No.
Luckily we kept the video footage. If we'd lost the video footage, I would have probably cried.
I cried anyway.
But anyways, yes, this is from Beta Weekend 2. This is Budge's Norn Necromancer, who he started in the Beta Weekend 1.
Currently he is still a badass. He's just kicking ass right there. I decided to take up a roaming boss-like character on my own.
Yes,
Let's just say I regretted it later, but then that woman thing came in and
the woman
saved
thing.
me. But then I realized she was a ranger, so she wasn't really going to do much good.
Ranger can be useful, it's just the pets. But we'll get onto that in another time.
Yes.
In this video, we will be doing the non-Necromancer and the human Mesmer. And currently you're watching Budge Cam, as explained by the 4:3 aspect ratio of the video.
Stop trying to make me feel inadequate.
I will make you feel inadequate. But then when it switches over to 16:9, as most people normally do, you will get to see my footage, which will be now called the Macabre Cam. Because we will be switching footage from now on, so it's not just me or not just Budge. So anyways, discuss the Necromancer. Go.
He looks brilliant. I think he has like some of the best like look choices out of like initial character creation. I just generally think he's just generally badass. I just really like death-related like kitty moves.
I will say the whole scythe with a staff thing is pretty impressive.
It's pretty awesome, like.
So anyways, how does the Necromancer play?
Well, it depends what weapons you decide to give him as. I think he kind of acts as slightly more as a support with the staff, but with a touch of offensive, because of all the debuffing and whatnot. But if you like switch him to a melee weapon, like Scepter has a nice area of effect attack. Axe has more DPS. Dagger is a bit of both with drain effects.
Yes, the dagger does seem to put a lot of bleed effects on people. But anyways, your non-Necromancer is just towering over these people, and
even though we're still in like next to like Norn zone, so I'm surprised that there's small people about.
Yes, well, you can travel to any location you want pretty much as soon as you leave the tutorial area.
I was actually amazed at how close the human settlement was to Norn settlement. I was expecting it to be like a big, massive, epic trip between them all, but apparently it's not too much of a journey. That's okay.
It's a decent journey. It's just we have these things called the surrogates, which instantly transport you from one area to another. The marvelous devices, really.
Yeah, and those waypoints, they're useful too. It kind of it doesn't like encourage you to fast travel everywhere like you probably would in like Oblivion if you were like really boring.
Oblivion, all I did was fast travel.
I was feeling a bit more hardcore most of the time, so I didn't never fast traveled ever.
There was rarely anything to do in Oblivion outside of the main cities, like which you could just stumble across. Because I wasn't an explorer.
I am. I just explored pretty much every castle I came into until I ran out of space in my inventory.
Yes, Budge has a habit of looting things.
That's just what I do. If there's somewhere where I haven't been, I will probably end up poking around and end up saying yes to every side quest possible on the way there and completing them. So by the time I get to the initial objective that I set out to do, I'd probably be 10 more levels than I was supposed to be.
Yes, that will not be a problem in this game. You can do whatever the hell you want, and you just get scaled down to the quest you're doing, which is brilliant. Yeah. But yes, I think the whole wandering about thing is really supported by the whole random dynamic quest thing.
Perfect for me, because that's all I ever do.
Yes, that's all you ever do. You do not like fast travel.
I hate fast travel. I think it's lazy.
So anyways, we do have an agenda, so we must follow it, because we went off on a bit of a tangent there. What are about the Necromancer's pets, or minions?
Minions, arise, my minions! Well, they do have their different, like, things. Like, you've got the Blood Fiend, which sucks out enemy health and gives it to you. Or you can just kill it and take its, like, health if you're feeling nasty. There's these little, like, explosive things which can't
You're using the word things a lot.
bone fiends.
Bone
I think they're called.
fiends.
I think that's what they're called. They're kind of like head crabs from like Half-Life. That's the one.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I went blank for a second. They basically just go up and explode on people, so they're kind of like tickers, really. But yeah, they
In case
go.
you don't know, that's from Gears of War.
Yeah, but who doesn't know that, really?
I suppose it could be a lot. Gears of War, I think, was only Xbox exclusive.
Yeah. The times we had on that, Lewis.
The times we had on that, when we used to play Left 4 Dead with a group of other people and just die
And then
repeatedly.
he went to college, got a girlfriend, got a life, and left us
Left
to sit here in our closet, which isn't so dark right now.
No, it's quite light here, actually.
Yeah,
Although the clouds are coming over.
But yeah, anyway, blood fiends, they explode, and they kill things, but they're very weak, so it's a timing thing, really. Then you've got this kind of like bigger version of that, which shoots projectiles. It's kind of like a bone scorpion, kind of like a massive face hugger from the Alien series.
Did you get to use the other minion as well, the last one, which you have not mentioned?
Let me
The
think.
giant worm thing.
No, I didn't.
Well, I can give you some information on that.
The
Well, I
worm.
can give you a little bit. Apparently, when you use the skill, you teleport to its location at the time. So you can either use it to get out of a battle, or get into a battle to cause some havoc.
But
Which
to
is
be
quite
honest,
useful.
that would probably just be more of a get out of a battle thing for me. I tend to just sit back with my staff and like rape them, while all the other people go in and like rape them some more.
Yes,
As you can see here, I'm just standing back, just doing my thing.
It does seem more advantageous. I don't know how to say that.
Advantageous.
To stay back out of a battle and just range DPS them down rather than get up close.
Well, to be honest, it's not so much range DPS. I think most of the DPS gets inflicted by other people because you're weakening them.
You're doing the debuffing.
Debuffs. Like I think one of the things I use quite a lot is like on the left hand side is crest that weakened them. But anyway,
we
moving
have
on.
now changed over to my human Mesmer, and I will get this out of the way.
Feels like we're in an S&M cosplay.
I would just stick with cosplay. Most cosplayers like this anyway.
But to be honest, it would probably not feel out of place in S&M.
No, it is.
Not that that's my kind of thing, of course.
Of course not, Budge. That's why you brought it up. Freudian slip much? But anyways, please, I thought that we were trying to get away from all this fantasy tropes, and the other two armor classes have got it right. Mage, like the light armor classes, the scholar classes,
Yeah.
they haven't got it yet.
They just don't get it.
I don't know how it changes in later levels. This is still early stuff for the Mesmer. However, it's just, yeah. I think that little scroll around probably has explained it all.
How do you, like, expect to go into battle looking like that?
Because you're amazingly magical, and magical beams of energy will divert the blades from your rather large areas of exposed flesh.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, they are wearing cloth, so sort of I don't think anything would really have a problem getting through the armor which you're wearing.
Maybe we're just being a little bit too realist here, but
Yes, we might be being a bit too realistic.
it does get extremely repetitive, though.
Yes, I don't know how
Everybody
it changes in the later, though, so
Does it? I don't know if we get options to change that later, but
It will change later, but for the moment, for the starting armor, it's pretty much that.
it's not so bad for the males. They actually look decent. I mean, it doesn't look like they're like
Apart from the male charm Mesmer, who is wearing a purple dress.
Well, it's not with the female characters. It's like you're going out on a party on a Friday night out.
What, just
But-
short skirts and belly tops?
Yep.
Yep, pretty much. But anyway,
We're going into battle here, people.
we'll get off the clothing topic. Hopefully we will get more varieties later on in the game. I did not see most of the mage armors, I will admit. And we will discuss the Mesmer. The Mesmer is extremely fun.
Great sword
I
of
have a great
awesomeness.
sword that shoots lightning, purple,
Things.
beamy stuff at people.
It's also nice to see mages use something other than a staff.
Yes, although it's nice to have a little bit of variety, considering that I hope I rotate this round a bit, but rather than just hitting them with the greatsword, I sort of float it in between my hands and shoot great purple waves of energy at people. So you cannot say Guild Wars 2 is not got a variety.
Imaginative.
Yes, imaginative.
More imaginative with combat moves and not like restricting classes to certain weapons.
You are restricted, but
Not ridiculously,
Not
like it's like
ridiculously.
mages must use staffs and wands. Ho, ho, ho.
yes, I use the scepter as it's called, not the wand, the scepter, because that sounds so much more badass.
Isn't the scepter a mace? Or
Don't-
does it act as a wand when you're playing a mage
it
class?
acts as a wand, and I used that because that's like the
Because
starting
when I
weapon.
used it as a necromancer, it kind of felt more like a mace with magic powers. I kind of felt like Sauron, in a way,
Nah,
in a sort of weird way.
when you start off as a Mesmer, you start off with a scepter, and it was just awful. I hated it. They then gave me a gun, which sort of increased it a little bit because I like guns. But then I got the greatsword and just realized, who needs a gun? I can shoot purple beams of energy. What more can I ask for? I am now holding a bucket. I just thought I'd throw that in there. I'm holding a bucket, and I'm pretty sure I
Because
tried
we
to
can
attack
make
someone.
mundane
Whoa,
tasks
whoa,
look
whoa,
amazing.
whoa. I must have fell unconscious there for a moment. Why am I here? I shouldn't be here. Looks like I cut some out.
Oh dear.
But yes, the greatsword. It is a marvellous. If you are playing Mesmer, use the greatsword. It's really just the best.
It's all about personal preference.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
However, we'll actually get over to the Mesmer special skill. Or I don't know how to call it. What should we call it?
Illusions and phantasms. You've got it there on the notebook.
No, I was going to say what should we call it? 'Cause profession abilities. I'll stick with that.
Special
abilities.
trait ability thingies of
As Budge
awesome.
said, it was the illusion and the phantasm, which are
Ah.
a nightmare if you've actually done PvP and you're fighting a Mesmer. Because you'll have 3 clones of this Mesmer just all at once attacking you. Some of them will be causing less damage and they're quite weak, which are the illusions. Some of them are a bit stronger, which deal more damage but have different weapons, which are the phantasms. But you can't really tell who the actual Mesmer is unless all they've got is phantasms. If they're using illusions, it's quite difficult to tell which one's which, and you could be hitting completely the wrong target for the past 5 minutes while the other Mesmer's just been laughing at you in the corner.
Do the phantasms damage you?
Yes, and the
Uh-huh.
illusions do as well.
So it's like having 5 of you.
Well, you can. I think it's up to 3. you
Do
can
they
have
do
at
less
once.
damage?
They do a lot less damage.
I was going to say. I mean-
And the illusions themselves are quite easy to kill. The phantasms are a bit more difficult. But as you can see, I've got a phantasm sitting there with a giant greatsword. I think it's a greatsword.
The only
yes, it
solution
is.
to this is area of effect spam. Which is
That's-
good enough if you're a necromancer with a
Yes,
staff.
but you do have resolve in. I think is it? I don't know. This might be. But I'm pretty sure if you use CC too much, you just become immune. Well, I might be thinking of another MMO. Might be SWAT. I don't know.
Yeah, you probably are.
I probably am thinking SWAT. But anyways, CC is not really the answer to everything. Although, area effect you will probably have to use an awful lot of against a Mesmer to wipe out their illusions, because otherwise you really have no idea what to hit.
Well, we got some more classes from Beta Weekend 2, and hopefully very soon you'll have Beta Weekend 3 and new races.
The Asura and the Sylvari.
And until next
Yeah.
time, kiddies.
Don't call them kiddies, Budge. But goodbye.